Did you know Factorio is a fun little factory builder game, bugs included? A game about expanding your base, creating more and complex layouts as you unlock more and more resources that you need to automate. Typically, you got to do a lot more, never really idle, or well, at the very least you're crafting something. But what if you wanted to turn Factorio into an idle game instead? At least for the first few hours. Welcome to Factorio and getting the Lazy Bastard achievement. I can't begin to count how many times I started this type of challenge run and kind of stopped midway through. Don't worry, my love, I didn't forget about you. Soon. So, what do I mean with that Lazy Bastard achievement? Well, to put it simply, handcrafting limit. In the game, you can craft the items in two ways. Handcrafting, meaning you craft with whatever is in your inventory once you click that funky icon, and automated crafting, which we're going to do this whole game pretty much. So, to start off, we need resources. So, the first like 20 minutes is gathering up raw materials and having the drills and the furnace you start with do the rest. It's slow, but it is how it is. After those 20 minutes, however, things get, not really faster. We need to do research. So, after putting on my gang colors, I decided to start handcrafting my first red science. Oh no, Fluff, what are you doing? Didn't you say no handcrafting? Thank you, my little bean. Well, yes. You see that counter at the top there? It shows the Lazy Bastard achievement, and, well, it keeps an eye out on how many items you crafted. Obviously, you need to handcraft items to even begin the game, let alone finish it. But there's a limit. Go over that limit, and you failed. Luckily, I've done this start so many times, I know the exact number that I need to have at the end of this, which is 103. It's not really difficult to keep that in mind, but, you know, it's just really something to look out for, in case you accidentally click the craft button later down the line. So in other words, only build the start buildings, energy stuff and that research center thingy, as well as 10 red science. Keep in mind that the boiler needs your furnace, so be sure to smelt ahead in time and, yeah, have enough to build the assembler. It really sounds more complicated than it is. Once you've done it, then be sure to shove the science into the research center thingy and ding! You've officially started the game. For realsies this time. With the assembler you can start to assemble your stuff automatically. All you need are the required items for the finished product to be crafted and, like, let's say, a new furnace. Select the recipe, shove the rocks in there, and it'll do the rest. Same principle goes for all the other items. Note here that you shouldn't build anything manually anymore. Though I do think you need to craft something near the end. Why else would you have those spare numbers, you know? I haven't been there, so I wouldn't know. So, with my newly acquired power, I immediately rushed through the electronics to get the green science, which is easy enough to get. From there, I also need steel, since my idea was to rush the assembler Mark II, due to it being faster at crafting stuff on a base level. I did forget to mention that I, in fact, did not turn off the buggers. See, the challenge is slow and tedious, I agree, but disabling the bugs would make the challenge into a literal AFK arena without needing to worry about nothing. Granted, I probably added like 10 plus hours to this game, but, you know, it's likely bug extermination, and, you know, is that a bad thing? And this is the first 1 hour look of the base. It's not much, but it's mine. After expanding my energy grid, I went on and started to expand my resource production. See, the more stuff I build, the more pollution builds up, which, if it reaches the bugs, will alert them, and they will attack me. Seeing how I have barely any defenses, I gotta keep a low profile for now, unless I want to spend a lot of resources towards turrets and ammo. With green science boiling up, I did end up expanding a tiny bit more, and am obviously planning to even more, so building more turrets is a must. With the assembler Mark II, I know it's called differently, but I like to call it like that, now finally researched, I can dip my research to wherever I please, so naturally I went for walls. It's only a matter of time until the bugs will greet me, but at least I feel somewhat safe now. To feel even safer, I researched better guns too. After that, I went for the long process of getting better furnaces. And sure enough, 20 minutes later, the bugs sent out a few greetings troops. With my neighbors now being active, I gotta focus on building up defenses. Here's the second hour look about. Continuing to build the wall, with my neighbors growing more annoyed with me, I decided to expand a little, well, even more. Finally being done with the advanced furnace thingy, I didn't wait for long and started replacing all of my existing furnaces, I guess, before I expanded even further. They were a little faster than the normal ones, so time saved, I suppose. Still, I was far from done. Heavy armor done, I now needed to finalize my final puzzle piece. Grenades. It was a little overkill, sure, but I wanted to make sure my neighbors got the warmest of greetings I could give for now. Thank God, it wasn't so expensive to research either. I do love how the model changes depending on what armor you wear. Having the grenades and ammo, I made my way down to the bug-infested neighborhood and started blasting. With the small nest now defeated, I resumed my base building duties, expanding the walls while keeping an eye out from where the next wave could come from, which didn't take that long to find out. Still, I feel a little more safe now, and after pre-building some buildings for later use, I decided to finally build my automated red science. Bear with me, since I'm not a professional at this game, and I don't want to look up efficient or this is the right way type of building stuff. I kind of create my own mess and I just deal with it and adjust it over time. So starting off with red science, and it's done. Wow, seeing this, I realized just how lazy I really was. Huh. Oh well, I had another one of these just for good measure and decided to go for green science as well. And then, well, my dum-dum clicked on a craft button. Hooray! Thank God I ain't doing an Iron Man run or something. Either way, after that small heart attack, I went on with the building part. While building this, I realized how slow those grabby arms are. So, at the very least, I knew what to research next. After a good 20 minutes of tinkering, I ended up with this monster. It hurts to look at, but it'll have to do for now. Gotta keep that lazy attitude after all. Not too long after, I finally got the better electric poles, which I gradually switch over to. After switching probably all of the poles, I decided to increase green science production by 1. And got another visit from the neighbors from the other side of the lake. I also decided to connect more power to the grid and decided to take care of our neighbors that probably just trying to relax on the Sunday evening. And pathways. It makes you go faster, it looks nicer, and it's not dirty. Win-win. With the wall done, I decided to finish this little episode off with a bang and take care of my pesky neighbors. Phew, this really did take the whole day, from like 9 AM to 10 PM, but I wanted to see if I could make a video in a day, voice and all. I gotta say, it really worked. I had my fun, and I hope you enjoyed a good old story time. If anything, stay tuned for more. With all that said, you have a lovely day, and stay safe. Ta-ta!